So we have a new poll out on the popularity of Congress. Take a look at this. This is really something else. The job approval of Congress from Suffolk and USA Today, 12%. 12%. Disapprove, 75%. I don't care what your politics are. I don't care if you're right, left, middle. I don't care if you want to use a four-quadrant political spectrum. I don't care if you want to make up a new term to define yourself that you pulled out of your asshole. I don't care. Virtually everybody looks at this system and goes, this is totally broken, and I hate it. And the other thing that's amazing is you could just have an election and then a month later poll people, and they'll be like, yeah, we hate Congress. 12%. So what does that tell you? Everybody knows the system is broken. Everybody knows they're voting for the lesser of two evils. Everybody understands that. And it's astonishing to me that given this fact, the way the media talks about politics does not reflect that at all. They act like, well, everybody in Congress is just, they're just having honest ideological disagreements. And they're, honest gentlemen and gentlewomen. And that's not true. The fact of the matter is, on some intuitive level, I think people get that it's corporations and billionaires who have bought the politicians, and the politicians do their bidding over the bidding of the American people. And almost all the time, those things are at odds. What the people want versus what the moneyed interests want, those things are at odds. And so in the modern era of politics, where very rarely does anybody do anything good for you, what you see is this back and forth effect. It's just like, oh, red wave, blue wave, red wave, blue wave. And people are just desperately flailing. And anytime somebody's in office, they're like, all right, just not what we have now because this sucks. And that's going to keep going back and forth unless and until somebody actually does a good job representing people and delivering materially for people to improve their lives. So what that poll reminded me of, that 12%, is this from 2013, there was a poll. I think it was Public Policy Polling did this. Let me throw this up on the screen right now. There was a list of stuff that that Congress was less popular than. Now, at the time, to be fair, Congress was not 12% popular. Congress was 9% popular in 2013. 9%. Things more popular than Congress: root canals, NFL replacement refs, head lice, Nickelback, colonoscopies, Washington, D.C. political pundits, carnies, traffic jams, cockroaches, Donald Trump. Wow, that's some foreshadowing right there, though. That's sort of creepy. France, Genghis Khan, used car salesman, and Brussels sprouts. This is beyond pathetic. And the thing that drives me the craziest is it didn't have to be this way. I've told you guys this a million times within the past few weeks because I just learned it myself. But in 1938, after FDR had been in office for a while, the House of Representatives was 80% Democratic and the Senate was 80% Democratic. And of course, FDR won the presidency 4 times. It was after him that we got term limits. What does that say? It says when you actually deliver for people, as he did with the New Deal, people go, hey, I really like this. I'm going to keep voting for this. And we could have that now. So with Congress being super unpopular right now, let me present a hypothetical for you. What if Joe Biden, in that initial COVID relief package, stuck to his word and delivered on $2,000 checks as opposed to $1,400 checks? What if Joe Biden, as promised, got the $15 minimum wage into that first reconciliation bill? What if he did that? What if he actually delivered on the $3.5 trillion Build Back Better package? So what if we were already currently implementing elder care and paid family leave and free community college and the child tax credit and the Medicare expansion to include dental and hearing and vision? And also, by the way, let's throw in there, lowering the age to 55, let's say. If he materially delivered on those things, there is no way his approval would be 38, Kamala Harris's would be 28. Well, maybe Kamala Harris would be 28. But there would be no way that he would be as unpopular as he is, and there's no way that Congress would have a 12% approval rating. Because again, politics isn't rocket science. If you deliver for them, they will vote for you, and they will say, I like you. And we'll even go a step further, man. And this is a point Sagar and Jetty made the other day, and I think he's right. Even if, let's say, you didn't deliver, you didn't win, but let's say you fought like hell and it was obvious that you fought like hell and you meant it and you really wanted these things implemented. Even then, Congress wouldn't have a 12% approval rating and the president wouldn't have a 38% approval rating. Even then, you knock it up at least 5 or 10 points. But we're in hell world right now. We're on the worst timeline imaginable, where Congress is just so openly corrupt and bought and owned, and the left flank is toothless and pathetic and naive, and the president is a zombie and doesn't know where he is half the time, and he didn't fight for many of the specifics of the bill, if any of them. So what the fuck do you expect to happen? Of course it's going to be 12%, and soon it will be 9% or lower than that. Of course. And of course we're going to keep going back and forth on this fucking seesaw unless and until somebody actually delivers. That's the main takeaway. Again, I'm no genius. This stuff is relatively straightforward, but there you have it. We're at 12% again. And what's amazing is that, let's say in some theoretical world we get up to like 30% or 35% approval. People will be like, wow, Congress is really popular. None of us should sleep until we have a system that's unfucked and uncorrupted to the point where it's possible for Congress to have like a 65% approval rating, which is like, seems impossible right now because it is under the current system. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.